Just a second. Are you? Can you all hear us? Can you all see us?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I'm very excited to be here. As we all know, I'm here with Cliff Curtis, who plays Travis Manawa, and of course Dave Erickson, co-creator, writer, and executive producer of one of our favorite shows.
Hi, Dave.
How are you?
Hey.
Hi.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
There's 8 of you guys. So
You guys.
I'm just going to say your names really quickly so we all introduce each other. We all know who each other are. And if you could just raise your hand or just say hi, make sure that everyone's here. So we have Miriam from the Netherlands. No.
From the Netherlands?
Miriam's not here. Okay, I'm sure she'll come briefly into the conversation. Nandor from Hungary.
Yeah, that's Steve. Hi, guys.
How are you?
Hi.
Daniel from Czech Republic.
That's me. Hello.
Hey.
Hi, Daniel.
Hello. Where are you, in Prague?
Yeah, I'm in Prague.
Nice.
Also from Thailand, Manutsawi. Hi, is that how we pronounce your name? Manasawi. Love it. Gerald from Singapore.
Yeah, sorry, I can't turn on my camera.
Okay. Oh, yeah, you're here.
Oh, you are here,
Yeah,
Gerald.
yep.
Perfect. But you can see us though, right?
Yes, I can, perfectly.
Perfect. So Jason from the UK.
Yeah, that's me. Hi, guys.
Hi, Jason.
Hey, how are you?
Morgan, also from the UK.
Are you Morgan?
Morgan. Morgan's not here yet either. Jarrett from South Africa.
Hi there. Not sure if you guys can see me.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, we can.
And Lais from Brazil. Hi.
Hi.
All right. Perfect. So we're all here. We're very, very excited, as I just mentioned. Why don't we start with Nandor? Nandor, you have a question along what to expect for this season.
Yes, I really like the first season. I could feel that there were some sharp twists in it that I really enjoyed, but should we count on something more relaxing, calm, or linear storytelling, or are there gonna be like such a big twist in the first 6 episodes?
We're going to get some sun lotion and, and some umbrellas and some sunglasses, and we're just going to chill out on the ocean. No, we're not.
It will not be a relaxing season for anyone. We will be on the Abigail, so we'll be at sea, but we'll quickly discover that sea is no safer than land. So there will be more twists and turns, and it's going to be tense.
A lot more action than season. I felt like was there.
Yes.
Feels
Is that
like
even
it.
possible? A lot more action.
Well, we're into the apocalypse now. I mean, season 1, the family to a certain degree was insulated. I mean, by the moment they realized what was happening, the National Guard had showed up. They ended up spending 2 episodes behind a fence, trusting what information they were being given, and now everything's been torn away. So I think, the deeper we get into the apocalypse, the more dangerous it will become, and we're not quite at the point where Rick Grimes wakes up, in The Walking Dead in the original show, but we're getting we're getting much closer.
We're getting close.
Daniel from Czech Republic, you also wanted to know a little bit more about how it went in Mexico, right?
Yeah, that's my question, definitely, because it's really interesting for me. So, what was it? So, this is my question.
Well, we knew we were going to be shooting on a boat, and our production designer, Bernardo Trujillo, who is from Mexico City, he designed and built the Abigail in about 6 weeks. And, and we went to Baja Studios in Rosarito because that's where James Cameron built his studio to film Titanic. And they have a massive horizon tank, which is where our boat now lives. And they have 3 other water tanks and stages. So for the action, for the elements we wanted for season 2, it just seemed like the right place to go.
Yeah, thank you.
Lais, you also mentioned that you wanted to know some of the challenges.
Oh, we can't hear you.
We can't hear Lais. Well,
Oh,
maybe it's your microphone. Do you want to try and fix your microphone real quick? Just in the meantime, then let me go to Manutsawi. You also had a lot of questions about season 2.
Yes. First question, is it possible to see the main character live to the next season? If you can give us a hint, like who will leave, like woman or man?
Well, she wants to know. We can't hear you very well, but I know exactly what you mean. She wants to know that if there are any characters that leave the show or get written off in the next season, and if so, and if you can give her any hints, will it be a man or a woman?
That's an excellent question, and you're not going to answer this guy. Because I'm constantly asking him. I'm always asking him, like, dude, I'm going to die. Come on, just tell me, man, because I can line up some other work. Tell me if I'm going to get bit, please. But he's not going to tell us anything.
I'm not. I'm sorry. And anyone can be bitten at any time. And it's and as you know from the original show and from Robert Kirkman's comic, it's not just it's not just the walkers, the infected, they're dangerous. It's other people that we'll meet. But I can't tell you. I'm sorry.
But you know what, Matsawi?
That's a great question.
It's a fantastic question.
If you can figure out who it's going to be, please let us know.
Okay, let's go over to Gerard. Gerald, we can see you now, I'm pretty sure. Are you there?
Yep, I am. Can you hear me?
Well, actually, we can't, but we can hear you, more importantly. You also had questions about different elements on both seasons.
Yeah. My question is because season 1 was a bit short in the sense of in terms of episodes. Just wondering, were there any elements that you had to remove in season 1 that we will be able to see in season 2?
Not really. I mean, I feel like we told. It was really one chapter, season 1. So we told our character's introduction into the apocalypse, and they learned what the infected were. I think Travis especially what the infected were, and it's really just an extension of that. So no, they weren't. And the way we break down this season, we actually do it in 2 parts. So the first part runs about 7 episodes, and then the back half is 8. So it's really, for me, it's really 3. There's 3 chapters in a novel. But so no, there wasn't really anything that we did do in season 1 that we are, aside from the boat, but we didn't find the boat.
Okay.
A lot of you guys also are very curious to know a little bit more about what happens to Travis in second season. And I'm sure there's a lot of things he won't be able to answer. But Jared, hi Jared. I know that in your first question is basically about Travis and his role in this second season, correct?
Yeah, what I really want to know is what you would like to see happen to the character today.
Oh, well, I want him to harden up. I want Travis to, it's like, I really like Travis. I think he's a really good guy. I'd really like to, I think he'd be a good friend. He'd be a great teacher in your high school. He'd be good to the kids and stuff. But in a zombie apocalypse, it's like, he's just not cutting it. He's got to, like, really, or, it's like, well, where is he going to go? Because, the issue I have is that, there are so many other really capable characters that are much better adapted to the apocalypse, like Strand and Salazar, and the characters of Madison and Nick are much quicker to adapt to the fact that you've got to kill to survive than Travis. And I think that I want to keep my job, which means that I want to survive. I want to survive the apocalypse, which means that I want my character to evolve to the point where he has a worldview that can make sure that he's gonna make it. That's because Travis is like still lagging behind, I think, the rest of the cast members in terms of their characters.
Here's the thing. I think what's interesting to me about Travis season 1, and I
Hello, who's that?
Hi, is there someone tuning in? No, I think it was just a...
I think Travis in season 1 was very much the moral compass of the show, and I think by the end of the season he realizes, any good action, that he attempts, any effort to hold on to his morality is becoming a compromise in this world, and I think that's what extends into season 2, and he's much more comfortable with handling the infected. Pretty early on. I can say that.
Jason?
Yep. I'm here.
You also had questions about how would people react? No? As a matter of fact, a lot of you guys do, right?
Yeah, I think the question I was asking was obviously for Fear the Walking Dead, the universe where zombies never really existed in popular culture. I was basically asking, obviously, how would you think our modern day world would be faced with a similar threat with the knowledge gained from shows like Fear the Walking Dead?
I think we'd be much better equipped. Thanks to this show. Guys, if it ever did come into being, there'd be millions of people in the world who would have thought about this for the last 5 years or so and know exactly what they're going to do. I'm sure a number of you guys have got clear ideas about what you do. I think it's the world is a better place for this franchise. For the possibility of a zombie apocalypse.
You guys prepared? Did this show make you guys a little more paranoid, per se?
We're paranoid, yeah. I do look at my alcohol and I figure out where could be fortified. I do look at the glass in the windows. I wonder that's not going to be safe, when the shit hits the fan. So yeah, you think that way. I don't know. There's humans. You're sort of in a more...
Oh yeah, I wouldn't want to be stuck in LA in a zombie apocalypse. I totally feel a lot safer. I went back to New Zealand, and I've got a pretty good idea of how I'd organize my community, get involved in my community, and help to organize things. I know the friends that I'd want to have around me. I got some pretty good friends and very handy. We would be able to grow our own food and I know exactly how I deal with it. Back home in LA, I don't know, man. Credit card's not going to get you very far.
Well, I've definitely become a little more paranoid since I watched it. I'm always looking at how I'm going to escape. All right, so let's move on to Morgan from the UK.
Hello.
I have a few questions.
Yeah, I was just wondering. My goodness. I was wondering what you could tell us about some of the new characters who are joining in season 2.
It's a really good question. Sadly, if I give it, I'll say this: we're going to meet folks on land and on sea. It's tricky because I think it would give too many tells to the story that's going to develop over the next several weeks. But it's put it this way: we're not the only people who had the bright idea to take to the water. And I think very quickly we're going to realize that there's going to be competition on the ocean.
Yeah, I want to say something.
Do it.
And there are not a lot of friends out there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can say that much. Well, there's potential friends, but not really. There's not a lot of them to be found out there in this situation. Well.
Well, we'll soon know. I want to go back to Laiz, and we couldn't hear you before, and I don't want to leave you out of the conversation. Do you want to type your question? Because we could definitely read if you type something in. Perfect. Just type something. I'm going to move on to someone else and then come right back to you. Okay, so let's go back to Nandor. What else would you like to know?
Well, there was this very interesting question or phrase. Daniel Salazar said that the good people are the ones who die in the first time. So, strange question, but do you think that you would be the ones who die in the first time, or you would
Yes.
spend yourself?
Yeah. And I think that's why I totally believe that Travis is the least likely to survive the apocalypse, because he's like a good guy. And it's like, characters like Strand and Salazar are like the most likely to survive, and characters like Madison and Nick are the most likely to adapt quickly enough to be able to survive. And Travis is way down on the ladder of, being a good guy. Doesn't do you a lot of favors in this world. It's a bit of a problem.
Yeah, but doesn't he develop? I mean, getting more and more.
Travis is evolving.
It's all
I think
in there.
Travis learned a great deal in season 1 about how to survive in this world, but he's got other complications now. I mean, we end season 1 with a guy who was forced to put a bullet into the mother of his son. So that's not something that's going to go away very, very soon. And I mean, fundamentally, the show started, and it is a family drama. It's a dysfunctional, blended family drama, and it just got far, far more complicated going into season 2. So no one has to worry about Travis's ability to deal with the dead. It will be addressed, and you'll see that very clearly. But there's a whole level of new complications and complexity to his relationship with his son, and with Madison, and with the rest of the people who are trapped on this boat.
Yeah, I think it's a relevant question, in that one of the central themes of the second season is about, what do you have to become a survivor? What do you have to give up about your morality, your values, your sense of identity, about being a good guy? What are you willing to do to survive? And Travis is not really a survivalist. He's more of an idealist. And his focus maintains his core beliefs in the second season. That's what is most important to him is his family, not his survival, which is really distinct. So really, there's a real distinction there. And his family is not just blood. His family is Madison, Nick, and Alicia, and his own son. So he's just not a survivalist, and I think that's what's so attractive about characters like Strand and Salazar in this world, is because they are pure survivalists. I mean, sure, Salazar has his family, but he's not going to take too much time to grieve, because he knows what the priority is. Strand, again, is like, he's a very attractive character in this world. Maybe not in a real life. We don't want a Strand in our life, but in a zombie apocalypse, he's very helpful. He's got a very clear idea of how what the world is, and how to operate that world. And Travis is just not in that place. And he's got to go through a big transition to be able to offer his family, whether it be Madison or Nick or Alicia or his own son, anything that's helpful or useful to them, if he's going to, be a man that's able to protect and provide for his family.
Fundamentally, that's what actually attracts me to the character. I mean, I think there's what we didn't want to do in season 1, and I think we want to avoid it in season 2 to 3, is, and we talked about this a lot last season, any zombie film you see, it's real. Everyone is up to speed. Everybody knows how to kill. Everybody realizes how to kill. And what we wanted to do, I think, was tell a story where there wasn't a shorthand, where people actually had to actually grasp and wrestle with the reality of what they were facing, which was a bit of the reason why things, I think, spilled out a little bit slower in the first season. But there is an acceleration going into the.
Yes, there'll be a lot more.
And there are some very big questions, which I don't think we can sort of give away what those questions are, because I don't even know what the answers are. But there's just some very big questions that are going to be raised in the second season around those things that it's going to take the full second season to answer. And we're only halfway through shooting, so we can't answer those for ourselves. Sorry.
Okay, now we're going to go back to Lais, and I'm going to tell them.
Hey,
oh,
can you hear me now?
Oh. Yay! Go ahead, Lais.
So I want to ask you another question to continue that kind of that line of thoughts. Can I say it?
Yes.
Yep.
To Cliff. Last season ended with a shocking outcome with the death of Lisa, right? So, what do you think that Travis will do? How do you think that Travis will react to this, based on the fact that he also has to deal with his own feelings for the loss of his ex-wife, and still has to figure out how to act in front of his son and the group?
Yeah, I think that, I think Travis in the normal world would probably go and get drunk and cry for a month, and feel very, very bad about what he's done. But this isn't a zombie apocalypse, and there's no time for grieving. And we pick up in the second season. It's right after that, and that's one of the interesting things about Travis, is that in the season 1 we set up the possibility that if he didn't kill a single zombie or infected. He didn't kill any of the infected through the entire season, even with everything they did. I had a shotgun. He had a shotgun. He didn't. And the first kill was the mother of his child, which is a woman that he loved. Now, what basically is going to happen is that it's going to be internalized. He's not going to grieve. He's not going to have a real chance to behave in a normal way, and that's going to affect him. And I still don't know what the outcome to this. This is one of the questions. What's going to happen to Travis now that he's done the unthinkable? Well, the first thing is that he understands that he has to kill. But it happens so fast, and it's so intense in the second season, that he just doesn't get a chance to understand what that means, that you have to kill, perhaps on a daily basis.
I also want to go back to Nandor, because I thought he has a very interesting question in regards to the government, the role that the government played in the first season. Go ahead, Nandor.
Yeah, thank you very much for letting me asking this question. So, well, as I see, you're not so good with the government, or as I say, the government was very bad in crisis management. How would you rank it on a 1 to 10 scale, and will that improve in the next season?
I would say, given the circumstances, they probably are at about a 6 on a scale of 1 to 10. But
I've got a whole spin-off series that I pitched to Erickson about that one. A whole theory about the whole thing.
It's interesting. It's interesting because I do think the short answer is that the National Guard comes across as being a little bit villainous. But I think that in some of the guardsmen that we met, there was a bit more humanity. I think we have a better understanding. We've got 3. At the end of the season, there's 3 guardsmen who are heading off to San Diego because they too can't process what's going on, and all they think about is their families. In the world of The Walking Dead, and the way Robert Kirkman established the mythology of the show, we never tell it through the perspective of. We try not to, through the military or any of the government institutions. So we had an indication of what was going on with the Guard and how they were trying to contain the outbreak last season. We will more or less put that aside going to season 2. It'll really be more just about our family and trying to survive now that the institutions have all failed. No one's trying to plug the dam anymore.
Let's go back to Daniel now, and you wanted to ask Cliff questions about this particular genre and the different roles that he's played in this genre, and what's his favorite.
Yeah, I would like to ask, what kind of movie is your favorite about, with a zombie theme? So I'm a huge fan of Romero movies, so what kind of movie is your favorite? About, George Romero.
George Romero. Well, I really like Danny Boyle's movie, which Alex Garland wrote, called 28 28 days later.
Yeah, that's great.
I thought that was a really great setup, and I thought that how he it just felt very visceral, and he gave us a plausible reason to why the outbreak happened. So he just took that question off the table. It's not a mystery. It could have came from some kind of medical experiment that went wrong, and then an outbreak occurred. And it just seems very plausible. So I really liked it. And also I liked how I like the scale of it as well, because it was just basically focusing on an individual who's just running scared and doesn't know what's going on. So I just really like that.
Okay, thank you.
I also wanted to mention
he also got into the military stuff with that as well. Yeah, which he did with the sequel. So yeah, that's my favorite. Erickson.
I also wanted to bring up Flight 462. A few of you guys have asked questions about it, and Morgan, go ahead.
Well, I just wanted to ask about that show and how what we saw there is going to play into the second season of Fear the Walking Dead.
It will play into the second season. I can't say exactly when and how, but we will probably see some characters we met on that plane will reemerge at some point.
Are you sure?
It may. It could happen.
It may.
It's so hard. It's so hard to answer these questions because it's.
Yeah, man.
It's all the plot points and the turns that are coming, but no, but it's definitely. I love the.
But you're on the right track.
I like personally. I like the idea of conflating narratives, and I think it's especially these days where you can do multi-platform storytelling, whether it's the show, a movie, a game, webisodes. I mean, that's actually kind of fun, and we're talking now about doing another webisode series between seasons 2 and 3 of Fear. So so there are some characters that we seem to have left behind in season 1 who may they may have new life.
Like
Yay!
I can't say who. I didn't say.
You should do one life after Fear.
That would
The Walking Dead.
No, but what I really like about it is that you've got land, sea, and air. That's what I think.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
That you've got these, you covered it. I'm wondering. I suppose you've got to go into space next.
Into the universe, into the zombie universe.
You did that movie.
I did that movie as well with Danny Boyle.
We also have a question in regards to Flight 462. Actually, a couple. Can you hear me, Lais?
Yeah. Hey. So today, as a showrunner, what were the greatest challenge when it comes to take risks in making a new kind of way to tell a story to let introduce a new character in a plot that was already established? What was there any kind of discussion when you were creating the characters in this story or about the closure of the events?
Okay, I'm going to just repeat your question. Yes. The risks. What were the greatest challenges when it comes to taking risks and making a new kind of way to tell a story, which is Flight 462?
I mean, we wanted to do something. I mean, well, first of all, it had to be relatively well contained because the story itself is so short. I mean, it's only about 16 minutes in all of its component parts. And then the biggest challenge is figuring out a way to potentially integrate that story with the larger world of Fear the Walking Dead. And I think it was as soon as we figured out a way to link it to the larger narrative, I think that was the biggest challenge. And once we had that, then everything kind of fell into place.
Yeah, thank you.
Gerald, you had a very interesting question also, and a few of you want to know a little bit more about this. and it's in regards to whether there will be a crossover or not.
Fear the Walking Dead and The Walking Dead itself shared a shared universe concept. So when is the show going to actually acknowledge it and have a proper crossover? Would it be anytime soon, or do you see it in the? I don't know.
Unless the short answer is no. It's largely because, I mean, just in terms of the geography, it'd be very difficult to link the two stories, just because they'd have to trek across the Continental Divide and head to the East Coast. I also think that as innovative as The Walking Dead is, they are adhering to the comic. So it would get, I think, complicated for us to pull off, because we'd have to then, it would sort of break from the narrative, I think, of the comic book, which I'm sure is not something that Robert would be interested in doing. And the other challenge is, chronologically, they are about 6 going on 7 seasons deep into their story, and we're still catching up with them. So I think the timelines probably will never quite marry, unfortunately.
I think the other thing is that when I've been looking at the scripts for season 2, I can totally see that we have our own show now. Season 1, we really were, a lot of interest in our show was really the other show, but I think season 2, our characters and the stories that are being developed, we've got our own show now. And I don't think we need to stay under the other show anymore. I really think we can stand on our own feet, because I think it's really good in its own right. And I'm very fussy. So I don't say that. I don't say that lightly. If I didn't think it was going to be any good, I'd tell you. It's looking really good.
But what if maybe hypothetically speaking, if you guys actually did meet, how do you think things will actually play out?
If the two families, if the two shows met and all those.
Well, I think Travis is a very, very jealous man, and I'm worried that Rick Grimes would be very attractive to Madison, and I'd have to kill him.
All right, guys, I'm going to have to interrupt because our time is up, and I think I could speak for all of us. We could probably stay and talk about this all day long. This has been amazing, right?
It was fantastic. Thank you. Thank you for doing this.
Thank you.
I'm going to show you this little friendly teddy bear. It's my girlfriend made. It's a hanging Ted, so she makes these bears that are bloody and nasty, but they're cute at the same time.
That's so cute.
Mentioned earlier, this is the next one button.
Yeah, when you have children, you'll be able to give them the baby.
Oh, they've all got one. Yeah.
No, you guys, we really mean it. It was amazing hanging out with you guys. Hopefully we'll be able to do it again soon. And I just want everybody to know, for those of you that don't, season 2 will premiere April 10th in all Latin America and April 11th in Asia and Europe. And it'll be just minutes after the broadcast here in the U.S., which is at 8 Central. So don't miss it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
Have a
you.
wonderful
Thank you.
night.
Cheers,
Bye.
guys.
Love you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, guys.